let's try this. So, steadfast, ride the tailwind, wild ride. We read the glide path, timidity point, reek of corruption, rotary ram. We've got zoom in, which is the foil.
Foil common?
Yeah.
Move those out of the way.
So foil common. And then we've got a foil rare, which is potion.
Is that a cold foil?
I can't tell.
Yes.
Woo!
Cold foil out of the pack. Out of the box. Whatever. Like, first one.
Let's go ahead and get that.
Because there shouldn't be two. That's it. The other. It's not the other one, right? That's the rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the rainbow. So that's the cold foil.
Nice.
Wow. Potion of what?
Potion of seeing.
Whoa.
And then a majestic.
And wow, what a pack.
Yeah. Break tide. So let's put that there.
And I think that cold foil I think that's in what's called the carnival slot too.
Huh, interesting. I need to get a garbage can over here. Wax on Outland Skirmish, Coalescence Mirage, Phantasmal Haze, Pry. That's an interesting art.
Unfortunately, cold foils are not what they used to be. That's only like a $5 card.
Oh. Shrill of Skullform, Veiled Intentions, and then we've got Macho Grande. And it's and then the rare is Arcane Lantern.
And so that's the I believe from what I've seen before, that is the carnival spot.
Mm-hmm. And then Release the Tension, which are rares. Okay. So, as we've done in the past, I'm opening this box, and then Scott's actually going to open a second box because I will probably be heading to bed after this box. Because I am tired.
Why are you tired?
No. Well, because we had church today. I had to be up early for church. Not super early.
Thus, now you know this was recorded on a Sunday.
Yes. And then I went over to a friend's house to help him pack up some stuff. Steadfast, common foil. A bunch of us got together to help him out. Oh, and they're majestic.
Nice.
Swarming Gloom Veil. Oh, let's get it on the camera, actually. One of these days, we'll be, like, doing this stuff live so you can actually yell at me in time and be like, hey, get it on the camera.
So that is an $18 card.
Woo!
Better than the cold foil. Right? It's like, why are their cards better than the cold foil? And so there are also alternate art ones that are full art, or at least full art cards in this set as well.
Interesting.
So also be on the lookout for those.
Bare Fangs, Bad Beats, Blade Runner, Pyroglyphic Protection.
Pyroglyphic. Yep.
That's okay. That's right. Kind of payload. Timekeeper's Whim, Fatigue Shot, Pyroglyphic Protection in the common foil. Potion of Deja Vu.
There are a lot of potions in this set.
And I don't even know.
Emeritus Scolding.
Yeah.
So there's also new rules and policy update. With Everfest. This is from February 11th on Fab TCG by Joshua Scott. With the release of Everfest, they're also releasing the updates to the Comprehensive Rules 1.5, Tournament Rules and Policy, and Penalty Guidelines. We're also happy to announce that the Comprehensive Rules 2.0 is now available to preview and will be enacted on March 14th. So, changes to the rules are that players can now concede games before time is called without being disqualified. Concession rules for Flesh and Blood have been a topic of much debate with the rise of in-person organized play across the world. The primary issue addressed by the concession rules is to protect players from being pressured to concede by those aiming for prizes or placement, in addition to those trying to avoid a draw after time, is called. The latter of which can sometimes be where players are focused more on discussing the outcome of the game than playing the game to completion and moving on to the next round. These concession rules prevent players from conceding without a good reason, often unrelated to the game. However, with the rise in popularity of slower control and OTK decks, players may find themselves in a position where they feel they cannot win the game, but are still many turns away from the game coming to a conclusion, which creates a feel-bad experience.
Oh, another mythic. Bingo.
Bingo! So, as such, they're now officially allowing players to concede at any point during the game before time is called for any reason. We hope that this will improve many players' gameplay experience overall. With this change, it is important to note the following will still apply. A judge must still be called to oversee the concession to ensure the player has not been pressured to concede. A player can still not ask for a concession after decks have been presented. And a player can still not concede without being disqualified after time is called without a genuine reason of why they need to stop playing the match to completion.
Awesome.
So what else we got?
So this is Thunderquake. Isn't this the full art you were talking about?
No.
Or the alternative? No?
No.
Just different border?
It's just a different border. That's just a Guardian border. So the full art actually goes, the art is behind the text box.
Okay.
So tell me, how do the paper packs feel? I mean, these are completely recyclable.
Yeah. They're nice. They're not as hard as some other packs to open. They aren't quite as easy as other packs as well.
Do you think they're harder than because the Flesh and Blood packs traditionally were as easy, if not slightly easier, than like a Magic or a Pokemon pack to open? Uh-huh. Are they around that same level?
Yeah, I think it comes with benefits and you can tell that it's just literally, it's so much easier to open.
It's like wax paper, it kind of looks like. Kind
of, yeah. But then when it goes wrong, it just goes really, really wrong. Like the one before, where I couldn't get a good clean, tear.
Mm-hmm.
Blade Runner. Amulet of Intervention. And another mythic.
Wow.
Shatter. That's...
Is that 4 already? Yeah. And you're not even halfway through?
Yeah. I wonder if mythics are becoming more common. Which is kind of not the point of a mythic. Or if this is just a really, hot box. So, what has been your guys' favorite set for Flesh and Blood so far? I know that Tales of Aria kind of tanked, right?
Tales of Aria seemed like it wasn't as popular, though. Honestly, as Everfest, so we opened a box of Tales of Aria, and it barely moved.
Yeah.
It is the worst selling Flesh and Blood product we've ever opened so far. And I don't know if that's just because we had a bad box or if Tales of Aria was really just received that poorly, because the hype was crazy at the time. Mm-hmm. But also the monetary value of Monarch burned a ton of people. Like, for instance, we still have 2 boxes of first edition Monarch that we paid almost $500 a piece for.
Yeah.
And you can still get them for like $160, $200.
Yeah.
First editions. So it's not worth. We're holding on to those until the moon falls, essentially.
Yeah.
But people were pretty upset with things, and then and that's really when the community got toxic in Flesh and Blood. I felt like is when that one crashed. All the investors left. Mm-hmm. And it was just everyone who was sour about box prices. It's kind of how I felt, and then. It just really became a lot of people griping at each other on the online communities, and I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah. So, question now: doesn't Flesh and Blood generally have like an like they're very
Camera.
Oh gosh. Here, let's just I don't know. Doesn't Flesh and Blood usually have like uncommons?
No, they have commons, rares, and majestics.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, maybe that's because we just got another majestic. We're at 5 now.
Now, yeah, so it is. Let me pull it up, but there are 45 majestics. So the rare or higher, you're getting 2 per pack. One of them rare, majestic, or legendary. I've seen a lot of people pull at least 6 majestics in the box, or more.
Yeah.
Plus one. Sometimes boxes have 1 cold foil. Sometimes they have 2. Sometimes they have none.
So one thing I will say about these wrappers is if they're nice when you have a large amount of cards. But like if you were to open it with just like a single card, like the MetaZoo one, it might be more difficult, but it wouldn't be nearly as difficult as.
You don't think it tears as well as one of those MetaZoo packs that are atrocious?
Well, no. I mean, it tears better than that.
Okay.
So I don't think it would be as difficult to get out. But if they only had 1 card in here, it would be more difficult than what it is.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So as far as pack openings, I still feel like if you're on the one card, I feel like MetaZoo is the worst to open a single card on so far, but I haven't opened these yet. As far as normal packs go, I think Card Fight and Wise Shores are like the worst for a pack of cards. Like those things are just atrocious to open. We struggle with them. We haven't figured out a good way of opening them en masse. I mean, we had to have the tip on MetaZoos to open. Whereas like the Flesh and Blood, the Magic, the Pokemons are simple.
Yeah.
But as far as Tales of Aria, so Tales of Aria was our worst selling set, but it has been selling a little bit better recently, mostly since you put a whole bunch more up that we got.
Yeah.
But it's still not. Like, even, like, our Arcane Rising, our Welcome to Wraith, and our Crucible are still sell like crazy. And Monarch still sells really well, too, just the prices are way down on those.
Yeah.
And the other 3 sets are all out of print now. So Everfest you can think of as essentially as Crucible of War 2. Because as far as, like, where it's placed in the cycle.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, another one.
Yeah.
Another cold foil.
Oh.
No, the one you just pulled it.
Oh.
How are you missing it? It's literally.
Because I didn't realize it was a foil.
And that's like classic. Mask of the Piercing Lens.
Pouncing.
Wow. Pouncing.
Mask of the Pouncing Lynx.
I can't even see it from here.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
These sleeves.
That's fantastic. That is a $33 card.
Sweet. These sleeves are like really. I don't know what happened.
These are these super cheap sleeves.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it looks. You probably can't tell, but it makes the card look like it's dirty. It's not.
Oh, here. Do you want a different one? Those sleeves actually may have been sitting out for a while. They could just be dusty. Wait, what? Well.
No, I don't know if they just got.
I think it's just these packs.
Yeah.
These sleeves are just. These are those super cheap sleeves that we got somehow.
So yeah, it's a mythic cold foil.
Majestic.
So that is a total of 8 majestic cards.
And we're still going.
Yeah. No, 7 majestics.
We're still going.
Yeah.
2 cold foils in a box. Wow. And we're not even done with the box.
So 2 cold. You said it was about.
Let me see those. Let me see those cold foils.
You said on average.
Foils.
You said on average it was 6 majestics and one-ish cold foils, and so we've kind of gotten.
Yeah. So we've already. I saw one other box opened, and it did the same thing, except the secondary cold foil was a legendary.
So if you open another box, tell us what you got. Did you have this kind of experience where it's where you have a lot of really valuable cards, or did you just kind of flop?
I really like the art on this mask of the pouncing lynx. It says like a cat mask. It's a ninja equipment. It's really neat.
Thunderquake. Oh, goodness. Veiled Intentions. Oh. Ooh, another Majestic.
What is it? Another Tekla. Neat Tekla Pounder.
Yeah. So that puts us at 8 Majestics in this pack.
Wow.
In this box. Not 8 in this pack, 8 in this box.
That would be an insane pack. People would call that repack.
Right. Ooh. Here's is this rainbow foil?
That's an alt art.
Also, here, let me start.
What is it?
Genus Watchune?
Genus. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I don't even know that I want to try.
Yeah, we would butcher
I think
that.
that's an alt art. Maybe it's not an alt art. Maybe that's just a normal.
Well, because it's a merchant hero.
Because on TCG Player, it looks full art as well. Oh, it's a new merchant hero, huh?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it's not all... It's only like 40 cents.
Really?
So, it must not be... It's not foil, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is foil.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, well, that puts us at $4.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But that's still like 9.
So one thing I do find it interesting. I don't know if you've seen them yet, but Crucible of War had copper tokens.
Mm-hmm.
This and then also had Cowden as a hero that could use the copper tokens.
Mm-hmm.
This is the new merchant hero, and he uses silver tokens.
Uh-huh.
So it makes me think that the next 3 sets from now, the next one that takes the same spot in the rotation is probably going to have maybe gold tokens.
Maybe.
I mean, it would make sense, right?
Yeah. He's really pretty.
We will say that, Flesh and Blood has some of the best art.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going after realism or fun and whatnot. It also has the most brutal art.
Yeah. This set
Which
hasn't...
we don't like as much.
Yeah, this set hasn't been so brutal.
Well, Carnival, so this is definitely more of a fun atmosphere, I think.
Yeah. Ow. I mean, there's a couple cards here that are kind of brutal, but not, or kind. I don't know.
Can you get your thought out?
No. Okay, it's my last one.
Last pack of box 1.
Let's see how we do this.
This is going to be the fastest we've ever done. See, so there's a silver token right there.
Oh, nice.
Is that a foil one, too?
Yeah. A rainbow foil. Okay. So, let's clean this up a bit. Okay. So here's just kind of recap of my box. Here's what we got in cold foils. Potion of Seeing and Mask of Pouncing Eyes. Or no. Mask of Pouncing Lynx.
Neither of us could say it right. So you were staring right at it. I was saying it from like 5 feet away.
Yeah. I'm tired. Blood on her hands. Earth Lore Bounty. Shatter. Bingo. Swarming Gloomveil. And Break Tide.
Now, some of these other ones may be higher value too, and we just haven't looked at them yet. So
yeah, we will sleeve before.
We'll sleeve what's necessary.
Yeah, before they leave the table, they will be sleeved. So you don't need to like comment us. Comment.
Why didn't you sleeve that? That's a fantastic card.
We did get criticism from one of our friends when we're just like, "Oh yay, look at this card!" And it's like a $40 card, and and other times we're like, "Wow, this is such a cool card!" Oh, it's a 25-cent card.
Yeah, it's when you open these a lot, you don't get as excited as you used to, for sure. We need to learn how to be as excitable as that again, which is why we're actually having him on a video soon.
Yes. We are going to be having him on one of our upcoming Pokemon videos.
Yep, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes. I think it'll probably just be Scott and Sean.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. It'll get too crowded in this tiny little recording.
3 foot. Is it even 3 feet?
I don't know. 2.5 feet.
2.5 feet.
Yeah.
2.5 foot desk. It's hard to get even 2 people around it.
All right. So, everybody, I hope that you enjoyed opening this box with me. I will be headed to bed. So, good night, and Scott will take over.
Good night, beautiful. And let's get going on box number 2.
Be blessed, everybody.
Okay. So, let's move some of these since we had a couple. She does things her way, let's get things my way. Which you know is, if you've watched our videos before, you know we'll just end up being a chaotic mess anyway. So, okay, let's get box number 2 on a bouncy table. So sorry about all the bouncing. All right, I am really excited. I really like the carnival theme of this whole. This is honestly the first time I've been really excited about a Flesh and Blood product in a while. So let's see. All right, I haven't opened one of these yet. I feel like these are a little bit more forgiving in the way they open, so that's good to see. All right, now I've not seen the art yet, so I'm going to go through the art just really quickly a little bit and then speed up because I know you guys just sat through a long video. Honestly, for us it wasn't that long. But you just sat through a video of us doing this, so we don't need to see it all again. Pyroglyphic Protection is our common foil. Let me get some of the glare off of these if I can. Smashing Good Time in our carnival slot, and Release the Tension as our rare. So we really need to see if let's see, are there alternate ways to open these? If we get another 2 cold foil box. Yeah, that doesn't open as nicely as it does on the foil packs, for sure. So there's definitely going to be a better way to open these than not. Bare Fangs. Pry. I just love having the world in his head. That's such neat art. Alright, Bare Fangs is our rainbow foil. Clarity Potion is our carnival slot, and our first majestic for box 2 is Pulverize. So I'm going to create a separate majestic pile for box 2 if I can remember to actually keep that up. Okay, Wax On. This reminds me of Karate Kid, even though that'd be like the old Mr. Miyagi now? I don't know. I don't know how that would work. Timidity Point is a rainbow foil common. Earth Lore Bounty. Look at the near full art on that. And oh my goodness, that's a cold foil. Are you kidding me? Another cold foil. Earth Lore Bounty. Wow. That is just absolutely beautiful. And this, I believe, is the extended art version of this. And oh my goodness. This right now, TCG low is $73. Wow. Well, that just bought the box. So I'm going to set that off to the side there to keep it separate. That is just beautiful. And that is a Guardian chest equipment. I have noticed that those like to get there and like to snag. But again, I will just say the card quality, as in like 90% of everything I've ever opened from Flesh and Blood, is just absolutely spectacular. And here, so this one, I haven't seen this. We haven't opened this one yet that I saw. I mean, I'm sure Sheena did. But Timekeeper's Whim, this art is the most un-Flesh and Blood. I agree with Rudy on this one. The most un-Flesh and Blood art I've seen come out of the game. It just doesn't fit the art style, which is fine because, you know, we're largely a MetaZoo channel, right? So High Roller, this has very Gambler's Gloves feel to it. I like that. We have Arcane Lantern and Slice and Dice. So, wow. Yeah, this is like a constant for me so far. Maybe I'm just opening it like a normal pack, or a traditional pack, I should say, and that's what it keeps doing to me. So that is interesting. That's a point of concern. So just be careful when you're opening these if you haven't opened them yet. Ooh, Foil Majestic Rainbow Foil. Winds of Eternity. So I don't want to put it with the cold foil, even though it goes there. Potion of Deja Vu and Rune Blood Incantation. And of course, Rune Blades are brutal art every time. Macho Grande. So I don't know, how many of you like Weird Al Yankovic? And I know Flesh and Blood and Weird Al Yankovic, where are you going with this? But there's this old song called Taco Grande that he did, and whenever I see this card, even though not the art, but the title of it, that's what I think. It's just, I don't know, the way my head works, right? Imposing Visage is our Majestic. And so, thinking though, to, you know, like what my friend Sean was, our friend Sean was saying, and he's, 11, I think. So I mean, he definitely has a different perspective on games and whatnot than we do. Sheena or I would as adults. Rico Corruption is our common rainbow foil, Amulet of Intervention, and Haze Bending. And I think what it is like games like these other games where the big cards have been $50, $60, $70 cards. So when we open like a V card in Pokemon, we're just like, it's like a $2 card, maybe. I mean, cool, but right? It's not like super good. Now there's a few like VMAXs I think that are pretty cool, even if they're not worth much. Like Rayquaza VMAX is actually quite fantastic, but are they? I don't think opening any of those, only a couple have I opened on the Pokemon side, can compare to opening one of these. Or either of these, whether they're worth anything or not. Like, I don't know, to me, I get more of a kick out of those, and so I think you've seen probably in our openings, our reactions are probably a little more keen to that. And not just off of monetary value, though that obviously has something to do with it. It's just, I think we're more into these games, honestly, even though we love Pokemon. Payload is our common foil Amulet of Ignition and Thunderquake. So not as many Majestics so far in this box, though we're not quite halfway through yet, as Sheena's box did, but at least from the cards we've looked up, we're definitely hitting it harder as far as sheer insanity and price. Smashing Good Time. I love the art on this. I just think it's hilarious. It just cracks me up. And that is a rainbow foil rare. Life of the Party. I feel like that one goes with that. And, oh, here is a majestic. Okay, let's see if I can get this. Genus Wachunid. I'm not sure. So rainbow foil and regular. Neat. We got one of each. And here I reach with the wrong arm across the camera. Fair Fangs. Let's see. Where are we at? Wild Ride. Good to see some Brute love coming in for those of you who still love Brute. Amulet of Haven Call. What is that? Is that like a whip? Or a... almost looks like a crown from a distance. Oh, is that a horn? That almost could be like the Horn of Valir in many... looks kind of, if you're a Wheel of Time fan and like, from the books. T-Bone. So have any of you seen the Wheel of Time show, the adaptation on Amazon Prime? I know the Wheel of Time community has a lot to say about it, and a lot of it not good. And in many ways, I can agree, especially having been such a massive fan of the books, to where I've read the series 9+ times. Coalescence Mirage, ooh, I just love the foiling on that. I love how it's just like the spots of foiling. I love the illusionist representation in this set too. Smashing Good Time and Slice and Dice. So that's half of the box. Here goes half two of box 2. And so I was listening to, so if you've seen the show, and read the books, there's been a lot of changes. And especially with Sheena still in the room, I'm not going to go into all the super spoilery stuff. Frostbite token, foil, even bigger than that. And T-Bone again. But, so... I'm not going to try and be super spoilery anyway, because I'm sure some of you haven't seen it. But one of the things to combat all the changes that were made is something that Brandon Sanderson said. And if you know who Brandon Sanderson is, he actually finished the Wheel of Time after Robert Jordan died. He was chosen by Harriet McDougal, which is Robert Jordan's wife, to finish the series. And I think he did a fantastic job. Majestic Vexing Quillhand. Very, very neat. He wrote The Gathering Storm, Towers of Midnight, and A Memory of Light with Robert Jordan. So Robert Jordan had already had pieces of the... It was supposed to be one final novel, but it was like over 1 million words, so it got split into 3. Because there was like no way to bind that. So, ooh, here looks like another full art. I wonder if this is special. Pick a card, any card. Rainbow foil. That is neat. So this is, I just looked it up, this is the extended art, but no, it's not worth much. That's kind of sad that these really cool cards have very little value, but it's a rare, so you don't expect much, right? But does the foiling go into... No, just in the top part. It'd be cool if there was actually foiling down here. Still, I really, really like that. That's fantastic. So, but that's still, nope, that's a rare. We'll put that up there. And you have Amulet of Assertiveness and a Thunderquake. So anyway, so that's who Brandon Sanderson is. He's a fantasy author in his own right, and you know, if you don't know who he is, go check him out. He's absolutely fantastic. I would start with Elantris or Mistborn and go from there, because all of his books are interconnected. He was essentially doing the MCU before the MCU was a thing, but in book form. Macho Grande. We have, in the Carnival slot, This Round's on Me. Very neat. And 100 Winds. And so he was mentioning that if you know anything about the Wheel of Time turns and ages come and pass, leaving memories that become legend. Legend fades to myth, and even myth is long forgotten when the age that gave it birth comes again. That is the opening of all 14 books of chapter 1. Now, it could be hundreds of pages before you get to chapter 1 sometimes, but that's the way it all starts. And in the TV series, at the end of the first episode, Moraine stated that on the show. Rotary Ram is our rainbow foil, Amulet of Echoes, and High Roller. So essentially, when you die, you're woven out of the pattern, and the pattern is essentially the Wheel of Time, the Wheel of Time being a sewing wheel or a quilting wheel or something, and the strands of the wheel are the lives of the people. So like our age, the age that we live in, is the first age. The Age of Legends is like the next advanced super age with flying ships and whatnot. That's the Age of Legends, and then the third age is where the series takes place. Dissolution Sphere is our next Majestic. And so he was mentioning that a way to account for the differences, and when he was consulting on the series and when he was reading it, he had to kind of sit back and say, okay, why are we making these changes? How do I reconcile this to my vision of what the Wheel of Time is? And he's like, it's another turning. So essentially, the way we read it in the books, yes, that did happen. And now the wheel has turned all the way around again, and the show is now yet a different turning, and so things can obviously be different, like Perrin having a wife before Fail, or Fael, however you want to state that. So even bigger than that is our foil rare, Potion of Luck, and Emeritus Scolding. And honestly, I was watching this with Sheena, the Wheel of Time, and it really helped me as I watched it the second time. It really helped me get past a lot of my hang-ups on that's not in the book, that's not in the book, those characters are in the wrong place, and why are they going this direction, that's not when that happens, what the heck, blah 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 blah. So changing my heart on that really helped me enjoy the show, and I felt once you kind of make that in your head and in your heart, that the show's a lot better. Talisman of Featherfoot and Runeblood Incantation. Okay, we have 4 packs left. So what about you guys? Do you find that, and this is from one of the authors of the Wheel of Time, do you find that explanation, for those of you who have seen it and read the books, do you find that comforting? Does it not help you at all? Does it just make you mad at Brandon? I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Ooh, an elemental wizard here. I haven't seen her yet. Icelander. Essence of Ice. Neat. If it's not your turn, you may play non-attack action cards with blue color strips from your arsenal as though they were an instant. I wonder if that's why we've been selling so many blues recently. Whenever you play an ice card during an opponent's turn, create a frostbite token under their control. Life is 18. Cards in hand 4. Neat. That is a neat card. I love seeing the new heroes and the new, especially with the elements and just the way it all works. And I can't wait for the next set. I have no idea what the next set's called yet, but it's kind of early. But with this having just come out last week. This last weekend. Or I guess it's been over a week now. 10 Keepers Whim, Talisman of Balance, and Passing Mirage. But so again, it has been a week. So this set's been out for a week more or more. Have you played it? What do you think? How is it going into your decks? Are you enjoying the cards? Are you enjoying the theme? Are you enjoying the heroes that all got new cards? Are you enjoying the new heroes? Steadfast. Ooh, look at that. I don't know if you can see it in the light. Just the power reflecting between the two. That's really, really cool. Flesh and Blood does the best with foils. Hands down. I've never seen... You get the super flashy ones, between Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and Weiss Schwarz and Card Fight especially. But no one subtly foils like Flesh and Blood. Let me tell you. And that's one of the reasons, just the card quality and just the gameplay itself. So many reasons to love Flesh and Blood. All right, our final foil is a T-Bone. And we have a Talisman of Tithes and another T-Bone. So only one cold foil, but 2 boxes, 3 cold foils. That is insanity. Here we also have it helps if I put this on screen, another Majestic foil, Winds of Eternity. Okay, so box 2, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mythics. Or mythics, Majestics. Sheena's getting to me. Box 1, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But look at this. We still had the non-alt art Earth Lore Bounty as well. So that is really cool. So anyway, what do you think of our opening? Thank you so much for watching. Love that you stuck around. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Be blessed.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Be blessed.